Okay, today is Sunday, November 17th, 11:24 p.m. Now, I've blown so many accounts, but this is account number 3989. Okay, so I'm going to do a trade review to, to see if I can make some improvements. Now, the first thing that I need to do is reduce the size of the losses. And also, the number of losses I need to reduce. And then also, increase the size of, increase the number of winnings, and also increase the size of these winnings. So if I look here, the last trade that I made was just for one lot with a EU. It was this right there. Now, had I gotten back in with some size, that would have been tremendous right here. But I only used one lot for this side here. I wasn't sure whether, I wasn't confirmed whether this would be moving up in this manner. I wasn't sure about that. Then this one here is UJ here, and I made this trade from here, approximately from here to here, and I lost on the previous trade, but it was small. Tried to make it as small as possible. Then I essentially raised my stop loss on the EU here to actually sell for a gain. Now these two were in there. It seems partially due to some sort of uh, essentially the reason why they were there is because of the tilt. I think it had some element of tilt because I lost 3 in a row, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to get it back. I need to make it back because I was below the previous days, the first day of trading balance, and so that sent it above. Now when I look here, I'm fairly okay with this. The size is small, but it needs to be smaller, and there has to be less frequency. Now this is a fairly decent sized trade on UJ. I allowed 2 lots to run for a little bit. Had I had 4 times that, that would have been, what was that, $320 instead of being 82. So that size needs to be smaller. And then here I got into a sequence of drawdowns, which essentially there's 5 losses, which is equal to about approximately about $200. Which, if I had avoided this, I would be up 200 more, which I would have been almost halfway there. Now again, this one here, UJ, the size is okay. Perhaps I could have somehow made it bigger by using 8 lots, but I used 4 lots. Again, I had sequence of losses here. I need to reduce this size, this size, this size, this size, and reduce the frequency of these losses. These are all trades based on looking at, essentially what I do is I just do a breakout trades. Essentially, all the trades that I made so far is essentially a breakout, because what happens is it dips a little bit, it loiters around for a little bit, and then there's a candle that wants to recover to the previous high. And so what I did was I entered here with a breakout in mind, and then sell it when the breakout is sufficiently satisfactory as well. Same here. I will get in here, sell it. Once this area becomes slow, then I can do that. So right here is one example right here. Now this usually turns out to be inversely correlated. So that means that the EU is declining, and then also UJ is climbing. Okay. So now essentially at this point, EU is still on its downward trajectory. It looks like it paused a little bit, but it looks like it is. Today's Sunday, so it seems like because the news hasn't, significant news hasn't hit the forex market, that it is essentially toggling between these two ranges. And so what I suspect is that either this will drop to down here and then come back up, or it's going to go back up and then it'll toggle back and forth. And similar manner in this with UJ as well. So the idea is to limit the frequency, reduce the frequency of losses, reduce the size of the losses, and increase the frequency of gains. Okay, increase the frequency of wins, and then increase the size of the wins. Now, when I do that, then I should be able to pass prop firm challenges at will. That's a logical, a common sense manner I have here. So now, because they're inversely correlated, this candle is saying that that should go down a little bit. I think that's what it seems to be. That seems to be what it's leading to. It looks like. Otherwise, it's actually in a toggle. It's in a trading range here, and then it'll probably be in a trading range here as well. That seems to be the method. That seems to be how it's prevailing here. So if I expand it out a little bit, so it essentially was in a downtrend. Now it's like in a trading range. I think that's the same story here as well, down and trading range, but it may be recovering based on what the economic news is. So looking at the 1 minute clock, a 1 minute time frame. So now it's coming back, which means because it's inversely correlated, it should clearly show that it is favoring towards the downside right there. So it's coming. This is going back up. So that's the way it is so far. So I'm quarter of the way. I have to make approximately about 750 more. This is actually a day 2. This is day 2 of trading. I think perhaps if I look here, what's day 1? If I look at the dates here, 11/8 right there. So essentially, this right there represents day 1 all the way up there. And I started to. This is day 2 right here. So hopefully this will continue from this point forward throughout the rest of my career, and I will be actively working to reduce the number of losses as well as the magnitude of losses, and also at the same time increase the number of wins and increase the magnitude of the wins. And so when I have that combination of those 4 things being executed at the same time, with the setups in mind, with breakouts, essentially I'm trading the breakouts. Essentially, it's a breakout, right? Everything is a breakout. So it comes down here, consolidates here, and it breaks out. I take that. From here to here, it's a breakout. I take it. From here to here, it's a breakout. I take it. From here to here, it's a breakout. Everything is a breakout. Even a continuation trade is essentially at this point here, which is representing a hold pattern here, okay? A trading range. It's holding, it has a little brief pullback before it moved up, but as soon as it moves up, that's a breakout. Essentially, that's a breakout. So essentially, the only thing that I'm trading right now, and I'm not original at all, but I'm essentially trading the breakout. It's a breakout. It's a breakout trading situation. All I'm doing is I'm trading the trend. Okay, what is the trend doing? Okay, so it came down here. It's trending down, down, down. I could have traded this. I could have traded that. It trended, and then it consolidated, and then it started to move back up, which created a temporary small trend. And at that point, I took advantage of it, saying to myself, it is a breakout. I take the breakout of that trend that has been established, and I make my profit. And hopefully the strategy will work. Hopefully the strategy will work until I pass this challenge. And when I pass this challenge, I can use the same method. I can use the same method to pass the phase 2, and then I can use the same method to to actually get a payout from this point forward. So I'm looking forward to it, and today is the first day of trading, which is Sunday. The forex market opened today, um, earlier this afternoon. Now it's going to continue until the morning when the New York market closes at about 2 o'clock. And then there will be about an hour of breathing time, and then day two will start in the evening. So I'm looking forward to it. This is a trade review. Hopefully I will continue with this, and the numbers will be positive on my second review of this 3989 challenge.